here we are. We thank the Alpha Band for getting us started. Yasu, Zito Ialas, welcome to the 2011 Greek Independence Day Parade. What a beautiful day we have here today. I want to just cross over this way because the march is underway. Archbishop Demetrius is here with us today, of course. John Katsamatidis. We also have Michael Constantine. You remember Michael from my big fat Greek wedding. He's here to talk to us as well. Mayor Bloomberg, of course, just stopped by to say hello to us. It is a gorgeous day. We have such a wonderful parade in store for you for the next 2 hours here on My 9. We're going to be telling you about some of the wonderful things that will happen today. In addition to me being here, which I love to be here every year, Nicole Petalidis from the Fox Business Channel is here as well. We're so happy to have her here. Hi, Nicole.
Hi,
and Nick Gregory is going to be here, our illustrious weatherman, just back from sunny Florida to this cold weather, but at least it's dry. And the blue sky, it looks like the Greek blue. We don't have any rain, we don't have any snow, we don't have any of that. So we're going to have a wonderful time here. I want to tell you that this is something that everybody looks forward to every year. Families are here. Tens of thousands have lined the streets on Fifth Avenue to come along with their children, parents, Yaya, Papu, the grandparents are all here because this is when we begin to celebrate our heritage, our rich Greek heritage. And we're going to be talking about that today. And we're also going to be doing something else. We're going to be eating because I love baklava and I love galatabourigo. And we also are going to be dancing, and we'll be featuring many of the churches from the tri-state area. There are over 42 floats here today. You can hear the marching band, New York City Police Department, of course. Our communities are very well represented here, from Goya to Joy and all the other groups, our basketball teams. This is really Greek pride. So we're going to get underway right now with the parade for the next 2 hours on My 9. Let the celebration begin. Greece, the cradle of civilization and the birthplace of democracy. A land of picturesque vistas and a land rich in family tradition. The Greek Independence Day Parade commemorates the 190th anniversary of Greek independence from Ottoman rule, tyranny, and oppression. It is a celebration of Hellenic identity, an opportunity for those of Greek heritage to express and promote their culture and achievements to the world. The parade is hosted by the Federation of Hellenic Societies of Greater New York, a group proud to promote the preservation of their traditions from generation to generation. So join us today on Fifth Avenue as My 9 presents a celebration of this glorious land and her people.
This is the My 9 80th Annual Greek Independence Day Parade.
How exciting is this, Nicole? Yasu, it's so great to be here.
Welcome to the 80th Greek Independence Day Parade. We are so glad to be here, aren't we, Ernie?
And we're fortunate, I was just saying, that the weather, Nicole, is cooperating with us today.
It is absolutely gorgeous. You may think it's cold, but Greeks can take on anything. It's not cold. It is a beautiful day, and everybody is out here. They have the costumes, the tradition, the heritage. We are ready to celebrate.
You used to dress up like that too, right? Greek Independence Day?
Did.
I wore my fustanella.
I certainly marched. I certainly used to march with my mother in the Pan-Cyprian Association.
Yes.
And I know that you didn't bring your picture, did you? When
No,
you
I didn't.
Had your
I
fustanella.
promised you I would do that. I'm going to do it next year, okay?
Next year. You know, he says that every year. We're going to get you. We're going to get you in that Evzone outfit.
Oh, my goodness. Nicole, we have such a program today. You know, all of the churches, as you know, from the tri-state area are here very well represented.
It's an exciting time because this is the time that we can celebrate, obviously, Greek Independence Day, right? 190 years, we're celebrating that. We also can think about our heritage, our culture, our food, our language, our Christianity, our Orthodox religion, and whether you're Greek or not, this is for the Philhellenes or the friends of the Greeks.
Bet.
This is for everybody to have a great time
Well,
today.
we certainly know that we have a lot to be proud of, and we'll be hearing about that today as we interviewed many of our guests. Yeah, and Nick Gregory is standing by. Now, Nick has a little sunshine on his face. Nico,
well done,
Yasu.
Nico. Thank you. You brought us sunshine. Bravo.
I did. I brought some Florida sunshine. My body's in a little bit of shock right now from being in that 80-degree weather. But it's a beautiful day, as you both pointed out. Today it would be the fustanella with the wool tights. Okay, that's that would come in handy. But temperatures in the low 40s. Brilliant sunshine. You got to see as the proud marchers are coming up Fifth Avenue. They've got big smiles on their faces. They're waving their flags, and it really is a great day to celebrate Greek Independence, bringing back lots of memories of the past and looking forward to the future. So we're happy to be here to bring you a wonderful parade once again this year.
All right, very well, Nico. You know what? One of the big things we were just talking about, Nick mentioned the fustanella, but
Right.
wearing some woolies underneath to keep you warm. We have the official F zones here. You know that, right?
These are the Presidential Guard.
Yeah.
They are unbelievable, and they have the fustanella, which has the pleats, which certainly represent the years of oppression. But there's so much history to the whole costume.
They're a few blocks away. We're going to see them momentarily. But, you know, just before we got started, Mayor Bloomberg joined us. He's such a good friend of ours. And let's listen to him because he was celebrating Greek style today. So let's listen to Mayor Michael Bloomberg.
Well, let me start out by saying yasas.
Yasas, very good.
Yasas, thank you. I'm working on my Greek.
You're good.
190 years of Greek independence to be celebrated today, which we're doing, and this is just another community that makes such a difference in New York City. You know, Greek civilization is where democracy came from. It's so much of our language comes from words that you'd never think of, come from the ancient Greek. The merchants in the city, the teachers, the police officers, the firefighters, they're all big Greek representation.
There is such a strong...
And television.
And television as well, I thank you. There's such a strong representation here today, Mayor. And I know that you are so involved in our community in so many different ways. And every once in a while, you know, you'll be at some of the functions that I show up at, some of the Greek restaurants, the Metropolitan, wherever it happens.
My waistline shows that.
Do you have a favorite Greek food by any chance?
No, I eat everything in every restaurant.
Well, you know what? It's a pleasure to have you here. I know that we're very proud of you and what you do for our city. And the Greeks are certainly proud that you're here today to celebrate with us.
Let me finish by saying Zito Ielas.
Zito Ielas. You can't get any better than that, Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Thank you so much.
Everyone.
Thank you very much.
The Archbishop and I are responsible for the good weather.
Great stuff. We're going to say Efkaristo, which means thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Michael.
Don't look right into the camera.
You know, the other night he had a celebration at the Gracie Mansion for the
Yes.
Greek Independence Day. He did 3 words that come from the Greek language. Mayor Bloomberg said, cosmopolitan, dynamic, and charismatic. You know so many words come from the Greek language,
No
Ernie.
question about that. You know, we were talking about the F zones, and we want to just highlight them right now because they are just marching. And here they are, Nicole. Are you proud of this?
First of all, they are unbelievable when you look at them. And the requirement is you have to be at least 6 feet tall, right? These are the Presidential Guard. They have the fustanella, the skirt, and they also have the shoes, the tsaroukia.
Tsaroukia. That's it.
Right?
You pronounced it very well. A big little funda on the top there. You see that? I've seen them in Greece.
Pom-pom.
Pom-pom.
For all you folks at home.
I know. You know, there's nothing like seeing them live, of course, like this. And I saw them in Athens at the Palace. And how striking. It's a real showcase. And so many people go by and take pictures and bring them back and talk about seeing the F zones.
I love seeing them. And also when you see the other warriors, right, with the Corinthian helmets and the spears and the shields, I mean, it's just so much history with all this.
Well, the wind is blowing, and we're celebrating our 80th Greek Independence Day here on 5th Avenue Live. Nicole Petrolidis, I'm Ernie Anastas on My 9. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we have more, so keep it right here.
Zito
Ielas.
This portion of the Greek Independence Day Parade is brought to you by the John and Margot Katzimatidis Family Foundation.
The Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund celebrates 2 decades of educating over 750 students. Saturday, May 14th, 20th Anniversary Gala. Thanos Petrelis, Kalomira, Sister Sledge, and Harold Marvin's Blue Notes. Special guests. For tickets and information, visit now www.htsf.org. Media sponsor, Antenna Satellite.
Παρελάβοντας την 5η λεωφόρο, οι λεβεντόκορμοι Μείζονες με τις υπερήφανες εθνικές ενδυμασίες. Φέτος, πέρα από την κλασική στολή του τσολιά, έχουν κριτικές και ποντιακές στολές. They're authentically from the authentic fustanella of 1821. 190 years of Greek independence. 190 years since the Great Liberation. And now the national anthems of Greece and the United States of America. Η εθνική ύμνη της Ελλάδος και των Ηνωμένων Πολιτειών της Αμερικής. Please stand.
A beautiful day for a parade, that's for sure. We are coming to you live. Yeah, there they are. They're back. And they are certainly setting the tone here for this illustrious day, our 80th Greek Independence Day celebration. Lots of young people in the cold, their families lining the streets here and just taking photographs and taking all of these memories in to be able to tell their children that they were there.
That's right. These are the moments to remember, Ernie. We look back and we think about this. This is certainly the time to celebrate. We're looking at the factoid here on the bottom of our screen. You can see about the Greek War of Independence waged between 1821 and 1829. It marked the first time Christian people rebelled against the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, I think the history is very important to us. We're listening to the national anthem right now. And I think we learned that when we were very young in Greek school and also in Sunday school. And that became very much a part of our culture, our heritage that we celebrated along, of course, with our own American national anthem. I think that's important to point out, that there is such a great relationship. There's such a love of the United States that we all have been told about as young children to appreciate and to love this country, because our immigrant parents came here, our grandparents came here from the motherland, but also the love and respect that we have for Greece.
Well, those who sacrificed and then they came here, and it's true, there is that unity between the United States of America and Greece because we have the same beliefs. We believe in democracy, we believe in the freedom of the people and human rights and education, and these are the same ideals that all Americans have, and we hope that all around the world that people would have these ideals.
You're right, and they've all worked so very hard to put this parade together. We know that our friend John Katsimatidis is making his way up to the booth here, but it takes a lot of planning. There are over 42 floats here this year and every year, and all of the communities just worked so very hard to bring about, the best of their youth, the basketball teams, the Goya, all of the various organizations, and they work so hard with the celebrations they have every year, with the Greek festivals, many ways of trying to raise funds to help their churches, but also to bring together the family unit.
Well, you always think about philoptochos and philanthropy and all these words that really come from the Greek language, but really they basically are all so charitable, and of course there's nobody more charitable than John Katsimatidis, who's going to be joining us.
John is here, born in Greece, grew up in New York City. John, as we well know, is a terrific leader and a man who does so much for our community, from the Red Apple, Gristides, and so many various entrepreneurial projects. John, συγχαρητήρια, congratulations.
Zito Elas.
Zito Elas. What a beautiful parade. You did it again, John.
Oh, it's a cold day, but Greeks will survive.
What does this mean to you, John? I know that, every year you work so hard to try and bring about something here that we can all be proud of, and there's a lot of work involved here.
I think it's a celebration of our people winning their freedom from the Ottoman Empire, and we were under slavery for 400 years, and our language survived and our religion survived, which is 400 years for that to survive. I think the people have to be a little extra special.
And this is such a melting pot, New York City. We heard Mayor Bloomberg congratulating all of the Greek Americans here today.
New York is the greatest American city, and we love it, and there's so many Greek Americans here in New York, and they're all proud of it.
And how do you, and you have obviously your lovely wife Margot and your two beautiful children, Andrea and John. How do you translate your Greek heritage? Clearly you're such a great philanthropist, but how do you get those traditions down to your children?
Well, I mean, my children are American, we're Americans, but the one thing that you always have to remember is our heritage, and you have to remember that we're Greek. And I train my children by taking them every year to the Greek islands and cruising the islands, and they became more Greek than I was.
That's a nice thing that you do.
That's the way to do it.
There's a big celebration also coming up, John. We have a 20th anniversary of the Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund Dance, and that has been so successful over the years.
That's going to be a great dinner. It's We've had over 1,000 marriages from those dinners, and getting Greek-American girls and Greek-American boys together, and which when I was growing up, I never had an opportunity to meet any Greeks.
You matchmaker,
I saw my husband at one of those many years ago. But you're celebrating the 20th anniversary. It's going to be held on May 14th, and you have some great honorees, right? You have Gil Marini and Spiros Milanas.
Yes, Spiro was my kumbada when I got married.
Oh, see that? There's
all in the
kumbadi on
family.
top of it.
Yeah.
You got every float in the tri-state area, as usual,
Thank
right?
you. Well, we have a float coming up later on with 100 times scholarship people on it, and on it will be my future in-laws, Tricia Nixon and Ed Cox, and my daughter Andrea, and her fiancé Christopher.
That's right. That's a big deal. And this is Richard Nixon's grandson.
Yes,
And Tricia Nixon, his daughter. So this is certainly something to celebrate. And your daughter is the head of the Republican chapter over at NYU.
Well, there used to be only 2 members. Now there's over 100.
See, everybody's signing up there at NYU.
John, we want to wish you again all of the very best. Congratulations personally, and also for all of us who are part of this terrific day.
And I have to mention my son Yanni too, because he's going to be on the float, and he's going to NYU this year too.
There you go.
I keep my children close. You know, Greeks, we always like to keep our children close and give them a hug every day.
That's right. And you know, you're an Ellis Island Medal of Honor winner, and this is the story about someone who comes from Greece, works their way up, a success, and gives back.
Well, that's what we have to teach our future children and the kids growing up, that they have to get out and make a success of themselves, not only in the Greek community, but they have to make a success of themselves in the American community, and that's very important.
And that example is set at home. We know that. The home is the most important part of our life, and then, of course, our church is crucial, our schools, and all the wonderful programs that our young people can be a part of. So, again, congratulations, John.
Thank you, Ernie.
Let's continue to enjoy our day.
Thank you.
Enjoy the day.
All right, the parade continues here. The flags are going by, that Greek flag with such pride. The weather just is accommodating us so well today, Nicole. It's like 40, 41 degrees, but it's clear and sunny.
It's beautiful. I met somebody at Gracie Mansion the other night celebrating Greek independence. His name was Andoni, and he said when he came to America in 1962, it was snowing. And they all came here and they fought the snow. So I think we're doing A-OK.
Yes, we have a lot to tell you about. So many of the communities from the New York tri-state area are here. We're going to be highlighting the churches, the organizations. We'll talk about the food. We'll be dancing. The Alpha Band is here to entertain us today as well.
We love Alpha. I can't wait for us to get up there and do some dancing.
We're going to do some dancing today, okay? We're going to take a short break, and our parade coverage will continue live on 5th Avenue. Keep it right here on My 9. We'll be right back.
As my grandmother always used to say about being Greek and being married to a Greek, she would say, well, if it was good enough for the Queen of England, and for everyone who isn't a serious history buff, know that Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, was originally Prince Philippos of Greece. He only changed his name for the woman he loved the day before his wedding, just as my grandfather did when he immigrated. For in all actuality, I am Elizabeth Perkins Pisparikos, a very proud Greek American.
A man with a dream has arrived on a magical Greek island to search for an ancient treasure.
To success.
What he's about to discover is the woman who will change his life forever.
How long will you stay here?
That depends.
On what?
What I find.
It's the unexpected romance that critics have hailed as a superb film. Opa!
DVD available May 2011.
Give a warm round of applause to these wonderful young ladies that see
see the tremendous importance of continuing and honoring the culture and traditions of a nation that has been through endless struggle.
Everybody's Greek for a day.
And now they celebrate on Fifth Avenue, Greece's independence. Bravo, Gorizia. A warm round of applause to the Cathedral School of the Holy Trinity.
This music. Yasu. This is the Alpha Band. They are so good. You know what? They really are. They play everywhere. I mean, they're at every function you can imagine, right? We've seen them at all the Goya dances, the Hellenic Times dance. They are just always present at the HEPA functions, and it's a terrific organization. They play such great music, and I want to get up and dance, and we're going to do that, aren't we?
We are. Hopefully we'll do the Kalamatiano or some whatever, Sirtaki. I'm ready. There's the Bouzouki. Everybody loves the Bouzouki.
I love, my favorite dance is the Tamiko.
Oh.
That's a real guy dance in a way. I just like that dance, and it just gets me going. That music gets into your blood, doesn't it? You can't help it.
It really does. It gets you up out of your seat, gets you ready for dancing and fun, and really that's what being Greek is about, having a great time and being positive and enjoying family and fun.
All right, take a look right now here. 2011, this is Miss Greek Independence, Alexandra Kourouras from Queens College, and we are so proud of her for doing our good service here today, of being on that float and waving to everybody and braving a little bit of that chill, but she looks beautiful, doesn't she?
Absolutely beautiful. She, as you said, is a sophomore at Queens College. She's from Long Island, and the requirement is you have to be between ages of 17 and 25. At least one of your parents has to be of Hellenic origin, and you have to be bilingual.
Well, she has all of that and more. Great qualifications and a great representative for us. You know, we are taught so much in our homes, and she's an example, for example, of how we are shown the way to practice our faith, our religion, to make sure that we work hard, certain values that are instilled in us, our work values, honesty, and making sure that we do the right thing. And we have our grandparents and our parents to thank for that.
When you see all of these organizations and all of these floats, so many of them give back. And that is the really, really impressive part about the Greek community, is that they keep their heritage, but they give to so many foundations and organizations to help others.
Well, the Greek word, philanthropy, and this is what we do. We are there to help our fellow man. And you mentioned the Philoptopos a little earlier. They work so hard.
Help for the poor.
Oh boy,
right?
They sure do. And you know, at every church, there are fundraising events. There are so many different things that they do to raise the awareness level and to help us in so many ways. All right, don't we have Nick Gregory standing by? Yes, we do.
And he's good with one of our Grand Marshals.
I am. I'm here with Dr. William Tennant, who's one of our Grand Marshals today, Associate Director of Cardiology at Long Island Jewish Health System, and we're so happy to have you here. We were just talking, looking at the parade, reminiscing when we used to march as kids.
We used to march as F-zones. We used to get dressed up on these cold, and we had some rainy days, and it brings back some tremendous memories. It really does.
It really does. So, you know, I have to ask again, growing up as a Greek American as I did, what was that like? I know that you were in the family business as a youth.
It was a tremendous experience. Obviously, we grew up in the diner business. My father came here at a very young age before the Depression with a second-grade education. Mom came here thereafter, and they lived the American dream and the American experience. And my brother and I were so fortunate to have grown up in this environment.
And you mentioned your brother, the former CIA director, George Tennant.
That's right.
And that had to be interesting. Did you ever Ever put it to your advantage?
Who would have? Well, you know, it could have been a dangerous thing. I was the twin brother. He had the protection. I didn't. So you can make a good novel out of this one. But really, we live the American dream, and this is the greatest country in the world where the children of immigrants can achieve what they've achieved like you have. It is a wonderful, wonderful country, really.
Well, I certainly, again, would echo those sentiments, and for yourself, your contribution to cardiology and, in the health system, again, is...
we're very excited about the health system, and the North Shore LIJ health system now is one of the largest in the country. And we're serving our people. We're serving our people in Astoria and in Queens and wherever they are. So it's really a great moment for us as well.
Well, terrific. Well, congratulations on being the Grand Marshal. Get out there and enjoy the rest of the parade while you can.
And thank you for bringing the good weather. You're a great weatherman. Brought good weather.
I appreciate it, Doctor. Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
All right, Ernie and Nicole, back to you.
All right, thank you both very much. We're going to continue our coverage as we look and see some of the marching bands here. This is the Boy Scout troop, 236 Drum and Bell Corps.
They were honorees last year. Remember, we were celebrating the Boy Scouts, the Cub Scouts, the Brownies. They had anniversaries, and this is another way to celebrate and be a group and learn.
And Nicole, some of the other floats that have passed by, and some are on their way, but we did see the float for the Federation of Stadia Elas. It's part of a central part of Greece, consisting of 5 states there. They formed this federation in 1945, and it was in Chicago and Detroit by the Greek Americans and Greek Canadians. So they're celebrating the founding of this first Sunday of every November. So we're happy to have them. And also the Cathedral of Holy Trinity of New York, the Cathedral School, St. Basil's Academy. We want to mention the Greek School of Plato in Brooklyn. They're celebrating 34 years of dedication and service to the Greek community.
I love it. I love seeing everybody from the whole tri-state area, this whole northeast coast. But we were talking about how many cities around the nation are celebrating.
20 or so?
I'll go with 20. We have a whole list here from Detroit to Atlanta to Baltimore, New Orleans, and Vancouver and Philadelphia. They are all celebrating Greek Independence Day in their own way, having their own parades there.
And here we are in New York celebrating our parade, and we also wanted to mention again St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church is with us today. They are just one of the many churches that are here. September 11th, the entire weight of the World Trade Center. We remember Tower 2 came down on St. Nicholas Church.
I went to that church many times, Ernie, because I worked down there by Wall Street, and I've been to that church. It was beautiful.
Well, we thank them for being a part of this day as well, and also the Greek Church of the Assumption of Port Jefferson is being very well celebrated and represented today. So we have a number of people. You know, we wanted to mention something because in a short while we're going to be talking with our, here we are, before I tell you about this one. Here we are. We've been waiting for this, haven't we? This is the Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund that John Katzimatidis was just telling us about with his family on board.
Oh, and there's Margot with the hat. She looks great, and his beautiful daughter Andrea, who is marrying Chris Cox, right?
Yes, and look who's in the middle there. I was just about to mention his name. This is Michael Constantine. What a terrific career he has had. You remember him from Room 222, but he was the principal. But my big, fat Greek wedding. He is the honorary Grand Marshal today.
Gus Portokalos was his name. He was the father in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. That was the greatest movie. And
hi, guys.
Hellenic Times! There they go. And they're celebrating a very big anniversary, the 20th anniversary of the Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund. They're having a big gala with superstars, and it'll be a festive event on May 14th, and obviously star-studded, certainly.
It's going to be terrific. And I wanted to mention again that Michael Constantine, terrific actor, will be joining us here to talk a little bit. And I think he brought his Windex.
I hope so. I hope so. He's an Emmy Award winner, and when I was looking him up, there were a slew of appearances.
Well, you know what? We're going to just show you a little bit something up on our screen because we do like the information about our Greek heritage, and there's a little information about a terrific name that I like to say, Laskarina Bouboulina.
Well, she was a financier and leading figure in the Greek War of Independence. She actually was a widow and used her wealth to help in the fight.
So we're remembering Laskarina Bouboulina today. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back. Nicole and I will be here to bring you all the great festivities, the 80th anniversary of our Greek Independence Day Parade. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
This portion of the Greek Independence Day Parade is brought to you by Faith, an endowment for Orthodoxy and Hellenism.
Okay, it's a sea of blue and white today, all along Fifth Avenue. I'm Ernie Anastas with Nicole Petrolidis, Nick Gregory, live at the annual Greek-American Parade.
Sea of blue and white, that's what our flag is.
Yes.
When you think of our flag, right?
It is. It's a day of Greek pride, of course, and you and I are wearing blue and white today in honor.
Well, we certainly are. I had to go get another blue jacket. It's a little crisp out today, but it is absolutely gorgeous. The sun is shining, and it has warmed up some, and when we look at the flags passing, it really, really makes me so proud of my heritage.
All our boroughs are very well represented here, too, as well. We wanted to mention that for the special event. They also come in from New Jersey and Connecticut as well. The Intercollegiate Hellenic Society of New York is with us today, Nicole. Bronx High School of Science, Hellenic Cultural Society. They are also marching and have a float here for us as well. And I think we have a number of other churches that we want to mention. That's the Greek Orthodox Church and School, St. Spiridon of New York, and St. Eleftherios of New York City.
I haven't been to that one yet. Have I been there?
You know, I think we've been to most of the churches in New York, and every once in a while, one will pop up and you say, have I been there?
Have I been to that one? I love every one of them. I just love them all. They're all so gorgeous.
You know who's very familiar with the church? That's our good friend Nick Gregory, because his father was a very well-known priest in New York City.
I remember him well.
Yes, Father Gregory. And Nick, I know you have fond memories of your dad as well, and a lot of other good thoughts on this day.
I do. Growing up as the son of a Greek priest, or a child of being a Greek priest, they say that's the devil incarnate, I suppose. But it was definitely a special experience, and I'm proud to see my children are actually marching with our church today. They'll be coming up here in just a minute from Holy Trinity in New Rochelle. I have a very special guest here. He's another Grand Marshal of the parade today, someone who's known me probably from about the age of 10. Dimitris Kastanas, who has been doing the National Greek Television Network here, NGTV, back from 1975. It's the only 24-hour Greek-speaking television network outside of Greece. Dimitri, congratulations on being our Grand Marshal this year, and this must be a special time for you as we celebrate Greek independence.
Nick, thank you very, very much, and I'm very proud to say that I have 36 years on television, but I'm very proud for you, for Ernie Anastas, for Nicole Petrolidis, because we see Greek American boys and girls grow up and become something that you make us really proud. I knew your father, I know very well your mother and your brother, and I know you since you were, 10 years old.
It's been a long time.
Long.
Well, we thank you, though, for your commitment to the community, and you bring the Greek language, the Greek program into the community and across the country, which is something that is so significant to keep that going.
I believe a television station has three targets. One is entertainment, the second is news, and the third is to make
to educate.
To educate, exactly. To educate. And a television station, a foreign television station that is here in the States has two more things to do. The social, in other words, helping with telephones, kids that they need help.
A nice outreach.
Okay.
We have to go back to continue with the parade meeting, so thank you so much, okay?
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Very much.
All right, back to you guys.
Talk about a legendary figure, Dimitris Kastanas.
Kastanas, everybody knows him, of course,
him.
with his Greek language television. He's certainly renowned.
He does so much good work. We know that. We are being celebrated right now. Hi there, everybody. How are you?
Investors Savings Bank is passing by here. Zito Yelada, it says on top. You see the blue and white flag there.
That's a happy
in
group.
the front. Oh, their whole float is shaking.
Yes, I like that green and then the blue and white. Investor Savings Bank, cooperation, character, community, and commitment is their slogan. A number of floats passing by. The Hellenic American Lawyers Association are also with us today. And also the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church of Bridgeport, Connecticut. And I like that especially because my Aunt Eva goes to that church.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
My Aunt Eva in Bridgeport, Connecticut. We just saw Atlantic Bank.
Atlantic
right?
Bank.
Everybody knows Atlantic Bank.
Yes.
Oh, there's Mike Trinaris walking
Mike.
by. Hi, Mike
How are you? Good to see you.
There he is. He's a part of our Congress. He's moving up. And over there in Washington, we have a lot of dignitaries. Ernie spoke with Mayor Bloomberg earlier today, right? Representatives Maloney and Bilirakis are here as well.
They're
so
all
we
here.
certainly have a lot of dignitaries.
We hope to be seeing their faces very soon. In a moment from now, we're going to be joined by His Eminence, Archbishop Demetrius. And I'm looking out at St. Spiridon Greek Orthodox Church from Washington Heights, right in front of us. Hi, everybody. You can wave to us.
There
okay.
they are.
Yasu.
Yes.
What a wonderful backdrop, Your Eminence. Please be seated.
Nice.
So good to have you here. As always, we are so proud of you, Your Eminence, Greek Orthodox Archbishop of America, and I know that this is a special day for you as well. We have always talked about the great message of religious freedom and also to share the values that we have been taught in our homes. And we'll just take a moment to put the earpiece on, and he'll be able to hear us a little bit better. He's holding up very well today with this cold. He looks good. Nicole, maybe you could help him out a little bit there.
I'm thinking I should.
All right. In the meantime,
can I help him?
Look at all these waving faces.
Can I help him?
These communities
he
are
just wants it under his chin?
building up to
How
this
about if we
every
go like,
year.
look at me
they come
helping
in.
His Eminence.
Yeah,
now
you help
we're
out
real.
with that microphone. But the communities are always helping out here, and they prepare for these events. They bring their families together, and we have that microphone on.
I think we do. His Eminence.
Your Eminence, can you hear us okay?
I hear you very well.
Welcome. It's nice to have you here.
Nice to be here again.
We celebrate every year.
Yes,
Thank you for
absolutely.
being here. I saw you with President Obama at the White House this week, and you were sharing your common values and your freedom of the people and the world travels, and you've met many presidents of the United States. You continue your crusade.
Right, it was a wonderful opportunity for me. It was the 12th time we were at the White House. We started with President Clinton, then President Bush, and then with President Obama. It was a very cordial meeting. The President was very strong in emphasizing the significance of Greece for freedom and democracy. And he was very absolute, I would say, that we honor Greece, not only the ancient, but contemporary, for staying very strong and very supportive of the democratic institutions. Whenever and wherever it is possible, and it happens.
Your Eminence, there are so many things, as you well know, going on in the world. We report the news every day. Japan, earthquakes, tsunamis, violence and trouble throughout the world. And it's always good to hear from you something that is positive, something that is uplifting, and something that we can use. And we always like to hear your message.
Thank you. It so happened that today in our church we celebrate the veneration of the cross, but we do that always in conjunction with resurrection. For us, cross, which means any type of pain, sorrow, destruction, death, is always followed by resurrection. So then, no matter how many kind of degrees an earthquake could be, or the tsunamis of 30 or 40 or 50 feet high, which means causing death, there is always the hope, the certainty, the faith in the resurrection. And this is a message that we feel that we have to convey to everyone, every person.
As we get ready for Easter,
right?
Your thoughts to the Greeks at home and everybody who celebrates this great holiday.
It's a big celebration.
Yeah, it's okay. And if I may share with you and with our listeners and people who watch, the main hymn and slogan, let's say, of today is expressed in the phrase, "We honor, we worship your cross, O Christ, and we praise your resurrection." And this is the day of the veneration of the cross, but there is no way to speak about the cross without the resurrection.
Right, exactly.
So that's very basic for us.
It is. And you travel, Your Eminence, we know, all over the country, all over the world. you also share a lot of the activities that are going on in our communities, our local parishes that are well represented here today. Tell us a little bit about what you see as far as the progress that's being made in our communities, what we're doing to help our children, our families, and our churches.
It is really a tremendous power and strengthening in when we see and you visit the communities. You see there children, young adults, adolescents, mature people. They are working so hard and they are continuously productive and inventive. I am encountering continuously new churches, new buildings, and I said to them, this is a nice community center that you have. Yes, they said, but we need something bigger, so that's what we are doing. But this is a beautiful church. No, we need something that would be even more attractive. And you do this, you do that. It's an amazing thing of activities and of sports activities, cultural activities. It's a charming thing to be at the marathon and at the Olympics of young people, happening all over the country, organized by the church. So I am encountering this continuous explosion of life, and I'm very thankful to that.
Thank
Your
you.
Eminence, you were talking about the cross, and that's a cross right there on our Greek flag, right there celebrating and showing the Orthodox religion on the Greek flag. There is a cross to symbolize that.
Absolutely. And you know, this goes back to the very ancient time of Constantine the Great, the first emperor in Byzantium, who saw the sign. In this sign of the cross, you are going to be victorious. And since then, the cross, beyond being a religious symbol for purely religious purposes, it's a symbol of victory over any terrible or indefinite enemy. So it's a wonderful thing.
Your Eminence, as we say, Kali Anastasi, we are certainly looking forward to a blessed, a beautiful Easter.
Thank you, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to celebrate today this beautiful really expression of Greek enthusiasm, honoring the 25th of March of 1821, and also creating a tremendous hope for the future. So today we have a little bit, if not a little bit more than of cold, but the sunshine is here.
Yes, it is.
No matter what the temperature is, the sunshine is here.
We thank you for
with
being
Greece,
here.
it is with America, it is with the people here. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Your Eminence, for being here with us to celebrate this very special day. And we'll be back in just a little bit. Don't go away.
Yasu.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Greek Independence Day Parade. You know, my earliest memories of being Greek was cooking in the kitchen with my family. And food is the center of every Greek celebration. So enjoy the parade. Opa!
I've traveled all around Europe, but in fact I prefer Greece.
The most beautiful places I've been in my entire life.
There's nothing that compares these beaches.
For the money that we paid, we received everything and even more than we expected.
Sure, yeah, I'd definitely come back.
I have had the time of my life in Greece.
Marie.
Yours.
My mom, Ashley in Greece.
Oh, yeah. Here we are.
Here we are.
Listen to this band, too,
There's
huh?
Alpha. They are amazing.
Don't you feel like dancing? We're going to do that. We promised that, right? Yasu. Opa!
See, all we have to do is throw the dollars, right? The kids love when you throw all the money in the air. The band plays better, people dance more. And then
they want to run over there, pick up those
they try and
dollars,
get a
bring them
couple in
home.
their
Yeah,
pocket,
that's
right?
great, isn't
I
it?
know my kids, Eric and
They
Michael,
do.
they've
They
done
enjoy
it. Took a couple in the pocket. All right, so
Oh,
this,
wow.
Ernie Anastas, was a Grand Marshal last year.
Last year,
and
yeah.
the Federation of Hellenic Societies of Greater New York brought this here
that's so
to
nice.
present this to you today, and it obviously well-deserved, and it was April 18th of 2010
Nicole.
last year. This is gorgeous, Ernie, with all your accomplishments.
So sweet.
And it really is beautiful. This is something you put on your
I was very
mantle.
proud of this. You know, I was so happy to be part of this fabulous parade. And, you know, we talk about our heritage. We talk about where we came from. I, as you, never forget. My grandfather, Reverend Anastasios Anastasiou, was one of the first 100 ordained priests in the United States. I'm so proud of him, and my grandmother as well, Mary, and my father, Philip, and my mother, Alexandra. Dad was also a wonderful patriot, loved the Greek communities of the Boston area, and a lot of people remember him. And my family, of course, I mean, I'm just so proud of, you know, what they have taught us. And, you know, Nicole, many times, this is so lovely, many times we talk about the respect that we have for our elders, Yaya and Papu, and what we have learned from them. And sometimes in our society, you know, we're not so keen on aging. And it's all about youth, and we have to learn about the wisdom and the goodness that comes from age.
They sacrificed so much, Ernie.
Yes.
When we think about, first of all, our forefathers back in history who fought for Greek independence, and then you think of your own grandparents and how much and how hard they work, and the work ethic that they really instilled upon their children and now the grandchildren. And that's what it's about. It's about family and having your ducks in a row, right?
Well, it's so much of what you're saying that we learn from their wisdom, their love of family, and that's the kind of thing that we need to rekindle and to always appreciate. We have a little post up there, don't we, about Lord Byron, who is so beloved by so many.
They called him the Philhellenes because he was friend of the Greeks, right? He actually was an English poet who had plenty of dough, and he put it towards, obviously, to refit the Greek fleet. So that was very kind of him, and obviously that helped a lot. Lord Byron.
Another piece of information, a factoid that we're sharing with you today on this day of celebration. We want to talk about those of who are joining us here today. We did see the Alpha Bank that came by. We want to make mention of them because we missed them during the commercial break. And they are a terrific organization. They opened its doors on October 15th of 2007. Alpha Bank, founded by businessmen, and we also listened to the terrific music of the Cathedral High School Band, the Catholic college prep school with a record of success dating back to 1905. Their music followed in the background.
And we just saw Samos, right? You know that song Samyotisa, right?
I love that island.
Beautiful. We took a beautiful trip around 9 islands in 7 days, my husband and I.
You went to Samos?
My husband Nick, and we, I have to say, I don't believe that was on our list. We went to Sifnos, Serifos, Rhodes, Folegandros, Antiparos, Santorini. We really hit a lot of them, and if I could be right back on that yacht, not right now.
They're all
right
beautiful
after the parade
islands.
is done, I'd be right back there.
They're gorgeous, and I wanted to mention Samos because many years ago I got involved in developing a church. Someone is talking to me right now. I wanted to mention that there is a lovely church, Ayos Fanoutis, that I helped to construct in Samos, and it's a lovely church.
Really?
And many people go there, and I get postcards from people, and it's something that I want to go and be part of one of these days.
You have to go and
I have to
visit,
go there.
especially since you helped to make it happen,
I
Ernie
make that
Anastas.
promise. I will be there.
There's the dance group, Malagopdiotis.
Oh, they're going to dance for us right now. Let's listen and watch.
Hey! Batman!
Critico.
The Critico, that was the Labras Cretan group. They were doing their dances there. There's Archangel Michael in Port Washington. I've been to Archangel Michael many times.
Yes, it's a lovely church, and all of the people who are here today are excited about being a part of this 2011 Greek American Day Parade.
Everybody is having a great time. Zito Elas, come back and join us shortly.
The music of Alpha. You know, some people, when they listen to this, they say, a little bit of a Latin beat to it as well, you know?
Oh, it's
cross-cultural.
They are unbelievable. And when people go out and they listen to Greek music, You know the Greeks know how to have a great time. They go out to the bouzoukia, right, and they dance until all hours, and they make sure to get to work in the morning because that's the Greek work ethic. You better be there, right?
Well, that's true. And dancing is just so much a part of our culture. So many dances. You know, we have the fast, the slow, the group line dancing. There's such a variety. Rebuild St. Nicholas Church at Ground Zero. We mentioned them earlier in our broadcast, and they are here today. And they're part of our celebration.
Holding that sign right there in the center is Nicholas Karakostas, the Supreme President of AHEPA, also my cousin.
That's what I thought. A good mention. They'll be proud of you for that.
When we were talking about the dances, when we're watching the Crete group dancing there, one great dance that they do is the Pentazali, which is, you would think it means 5 steps, but it actually means about the 5th revolution where they continued their fight. They weren't successful in that particular revolution. However, it just shows the continued fight.
There is some significance to so much of what we talk about. You know, I wanted to mention that when we started talking about the island of Samos, I was looking down at the card. It is the birthplace of the Greek philosopher and mathematician Pythagoras. I wanted to make sure that we mentioned that. That's right, exactly. And it's the 9th most populous Greek island. So I wanted to make sure we get that information there about Samos.
So we have a lot of representatives here today from Congress, and of course Carolyn Maloney, Representative Carolyn Maloney is joining us, and she actually really has been a great
friend of the Greek community, and Nick Gregory is standing by with her. Hello, Nick.
Hi, Ernie and Nicole. Yes, Carolyn Maloney is with me here. As you mentioned, no stranger to the Greek community. Congresswoman, thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, I'm just thrilled to be here with Gus Bilirakis. We are joint Grand Marshals because we are co-chairs of the Hellenic Caucus, which I founded with his father. And its purpose is to promote strength in Congress for the Greek issues and for Cyprus. And we are working for the same principles and values that the revolutionary leaders fought for 190 years ago.
Well, that's a wonderful thing. And for those of you that are not familiar with Carolyn's district, of course, Astoria being very heavily Greek populated here in the New York area. So
it's the Little Athens, we call it. It has the largest Greek American community anywhere in America, and the traditions and values are there.
Well, we thank you so much for your friendship in the Greek community, of course, and you've come to be known as Bouboulina, right? The great heroine in the Greek wars, right?
Well, she was a fighter. She would go out and blow out the Turkish ships. I haven't blown up any ships, but I'm fighting for the causes.
You got time yet? Well, thank you very much, and always for stopping by and for all the work that you do for us in Congress.
We're all Greek today, and we all have the Greek spirit. It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of the parade.
Thank you.
Okay, Ernie, Nicole.
Congressman Maloney, she is so great, and we'll call her Bouboulina. I like that name for her.
I like just saying it, Bouboulina. She has been a great friend to the Greek community, and she also mentioned Gus Bilirakis, Representative Gus Bilirakis. This is also an honorary Grand Marshal today as far as these representatives for the Hellenic Caucus, but his father also was a representative and had a pillow in the office with a Greek proverb, and I hadn't heard this one, but I love it.
Let's hear it.
It says, "The heart that loves is always young."
Oh, yes.
Right? You always feel good. You just love life.
That's true.
And that's what the Greeks do, right? They love life. They love their family. They love new ideas, new ways to help people. And it's true. It keeps you young.
You're right what you say about that. There was another Greek philosopher. I can't remember his name right now, but he said, I have a wish to die young, but as late in life as possible. And it's the same theme. You know, it's like you want to just have that youthful spirit, that heart that says, I still have things to do. There's more road ahead. And I want to be enthusiastic and positive about my life, no matter what age.
You gotta love it. I just saw some flags there with the Olympics symbol, of course, right? When we know Greeks in the Olympics. And Mayor Bloomberg the other day was saying how when he went to Greece for the Olympics and he stood there and he looked up at the Acropolis in the lights at night, he said it was just magical.
Breathtaking.
Magical.
You realize, you know, the history and all of the culture that comes from that part of the world. And that's what we're celebrating here today, in fact. We wanted to mention some of the Mother Cabrini High School of New York City is well represented here, as you can see them on your screen. Others that have marched past us, the Federation of Associated Laconian Societies, also the Pan-Megarian Society of America, ESAS. And we want to mention that St. Sophia of Albany is well represented today. I have a good friendship with Father Pat Legato from Albany, New York, at St. Sophia's. That is a lovely church. I've been there many times. We have some family that lives up in that area, and it's just one of the nicest little communities. And they were founded up there all the way back in 1922.
And when you look at that, first of all, what history? 1922, and it talks about all the immigrants that have gone there. But just like so many other Greek churches, the Sunday school, the Philoptochos, they promote the Greek language classes, the after school, the nursery, all the philanthropy that they do there at the St. Sophia of Albany and all of our churches.
And you know, Nicole, we know from our own experience being in the Greek community how much effort it takes, the tireless efforts of so many people who contribute their time to, as you said, the choir every Sunday, to be there, to go to practice, the Philoptochos, all the youth groups, the basketball teams, the coaches, the priests, and the presbyteros, all the people who make up these communities.
And you see me smiling, right? When I think of the Hororia and I go to those basketball games. I just saw St. Nicholas win the senior basketball tournament. It's fun.
There you go. Congratulations. We have a lot more to talk about, a lot more to show you right here from the Greek American Parade on 5th Avenue. Nicole and I will be right back.
My Best Actor Tony nomination, I gotta tell you, I owe it all to you guys, the Greek community that supported me so much through these last few years. Lots of ups and downs, but I'm very blessed, and I thank you all very much. So many memories growing up as a Greek American, especially in New York and New Jersey. You know, typical sort of Greek American family. My mother would dress me up this time of year for the parade as an Evzone soldier. I think it was really important that she did that, taught me about my heritage, and that Greek power, man. I owe so much of my success to all of you out there for supporting me, and happy Greek Independence Day.
Hi, I'm Pete Sampras, and I'm proud to be part of the Greek Independence Day celebration here in New York City. During my tennis career, wherever I played anywhere in the world, Melbourne, Wimbledon, here in New York City, I always felt the support of the Greek community, and I always felt proud of my Greek heritage. Growing up in my house, I learned the importance of working hard and the importance of family from a very early age. So on that note, congratulations to everyone, and happy Greek Independence Day.
Υποδεχτείτε την Ηνωμένα Κριτική Σωματεία της Νέας Υόρκης και της Νέας Υόρκης. Η Ηνωμένα Κριτική Σωματεία από αυτήν εδώ. Ομόνια πασπάει από την Αστόρια. Μήνος και η Δομενιά της Αστόρια. Pretty good on the green super with the Odeka Nataki. Σύνομος και ο Πίτρος του Βεσπιπηρός.
This portion of the Greek Independence Day Parade is brought to you by the Order of St. Andrew the Apostle, Archons of the Ecumenical Patriarchate in America.
And we are back live. We are celebrating the Greek Independence Day Parade on 5th Avenue. Nicole and I are here to bring you all of the festivities, and we also want to introduce somebody very special to us, the National Commander of the Archons. We want to welcome Dr. Anthony Limbarakis. Hello, Anthony.
Well, it's great to be here, Ernie and Nicole. Thank you for having us.
You have such a special role. I mean, you are traveling everywhere, and you're talking about religious freedom wherever you are and wherever you can get that message out.
And that is so true, Ernie and Nicole. Under the leadership of Archbishop Demetrius of America and the extraordinary philanthropy of a special Archon, Nicholas J. Boris, the Archons have been fighting for religious freedom for the World Center of Orthodoxy, the 300 million Orthodox Christians around the world located in Istanbul, Turkey.
Tell us about your travels, your latest
I tell you,
accomplishment with this.
Well, thank you. We had an extraordinary conference on religious freedom at the European Parliament in Brussels, Belgium, the site, basically the capital of Europe.
That was a major conclave.
It was an extraordinary.
What's the headline that came out of that meeting?
The headline are some positive things that have been happening in Turkey.
Good.
The government returned a confiscated patriarchal orphanage. They're relaxing some difficult restrictions. But of course, our seminary still is closed, and we need to open the Halki School of Theology, located on the shores of Istanbul, a place where the greatest Orthodox theologians studied, including our own ecumenical patriarch Bartholomew.
And there's progress being made in that area, I know. The organization has also honored over the years so mmany top leaders. Bishop Desmond Tutu and President Carter, of course, and Mr. Gorbachev.
That's right. Elie Wiesel.
Yes.
And we're not ready to make the announcement yet, but we have a very, very special honoree this year as well. And that is going to be very, very exciting.
What can we do? What can all of us do to help and participate in your mission?
Well, I think the important thing is discussing at every opportunity the importance of religious freedom, something as we Americans take for granted, but it simply doesn't exist around the world. And that, when you have an opportunity, especially in your profession, to bring this up to your colleagues and to politicians and to the opinion makers, religious freedom is so important, and we need it for the ecumenical patriarchate in Istanbul, Turkey.
When you talk about your group, how many people are involved in this, in spreading the fight for religious freedom?
Well, we have 750 archons spread throughout the entire United States. And did you know that 2/3 of each state of the Union, their state legislatures have passed religious freedom resolutions for the ecumenical patriarchate. In fact, 100% of the state senators of New York have affixed their name to a proclamation supporting religious freedom.
So we're making progress, making a difference here.
We are.
Tell me something, Dr. Limbarakis, on a personal level. This day, we're celebrating. I want you to tell us how you feel and also about your family. I know you're a big family man.
Well, I'm very proud of my family and my commitment to the church. My beloved wife of nearly 36 years.
Yes.
She has supported our endeavors. My oldest son, who's a JD MBA student in Dallas at SMU with children, he supports our efforts. My middle boy, Anthony, who was recently engaged, and he's here in New York working as a computer engineer. And my youngest daughter, Elizabeth, is graduating NYU in just a few weeks.
You're so proud.
I am indeed.
And you should be.
You should be, without a doubt. And you can pass on these traditions and your heritage and your fight for religious freedom to them as well.
Well, thank you. It's a privilege to be here, really.
What can we, before we let you go, what can we look forward to? I know that you're working on so many various projects. What's next?
The next thing we're doing right now is we are embarking this Saturday to the President nation of the European Union, which is Hungary, then to Berlin to meet with the leaders of Germany, and then to Ankara to meet with the leaders, foreign minister and others in Ankara, Turkey, to discuss religious freedom and to point out positive things that Turkey has done and the things they need to continue to do.
We like to hear that. continued success. Good work ahead for you, Dr. Anthony Limerakis, National Commander of the Archons. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're going to be going over to Nick Gregory, who is joined by Mike Gianaris, New York State Senator there. Hey, Nick.
Hey, he's right here with us, and so it's been a big year for you.
It's been a great year, Nick. You know, 10 years ago, I was the first Greek American to be fortunate enough to get elected to office in New York City, and now I got elected to the state Senate this past year, so I'm proud to be here, as I am every year, to celebrate with my fellow Greek Americans.
Well, we're proud of you, too, for making that accomplishment and on to, bigger and better things, and, of course, for all that you do for the Greek community, and you being, again, in that Greek American mode as I am, that's how special that is to be able to contribute that way.
Well, especially in government, the Greeks invented democracy, as we all know, and to be able to play a role in a democratically elected government is something extra special for us.
And maybe you'd like to introduce someone who took your previous position.
Yeah, well, talk about being fortunate. We have the first ever Greek American woman elected to office. She took my place in the Assembly in Astoria, Arvelis Simotis, and she's with us today also.
Arvelis, welcome, and so that's got to feel a great accomplishment for you as well.
Oh, it's a great accomplishment, and I'm especially proud to be here at the parade, representing the state, representing my district, Astoria. I've been marching this parade since I was 5 years old, so it's a very special year this year for me.
Well, we're so happy that you're here, and congratulations to you, and many good things to your future. And we know all about marching in that parade. I think all three of us share that marching from the little age of 5. My children just passed. We just missed them, Ernie and Nicole. They were just marching up with the banners. So it was great to see them doing something that I did, all those many years ago.
Yeah, sure.
3 beautiful daughters. We saw them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Keep the tradition going, Nick. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we've seen so many great floats. We know there's over 40 floats here, and we just recently saw the Paneliakos Society of New York and the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church of New Rochelle.
We'll be seeing more floats, more action right here from the parade today on 5th Avenue. Taking a break, and we'll be back.
Do you feel the need of a helping hand for your business? Let Marathon Bank lend you one. Marathon Bank is reaching out, so grab a hold and expand your potential. Our personalized customer service and creative business solutions provide us the ability to customize lending products. Solutions tailored to your needs at the speed of your business.
Don't you love it? Opa! Yasu!
This is our chance to dance.
Oh, I love
this. There goes the Cyprus Federation of America just went by
3,000 years of Greek civilization. And here we are, dancing and enjoying the music. Nico's out there somewhere dancing too, I know that. He loves to dance.
I'm sure he is. This is
Yasu.
the time. Dance
Opa.
party. I love it. If you're not here already, get over here.
The Alpha Band, is a great workout, isn't it? It's a wonderful way to express yourself.
And you never get tired of it.
No,
right?
No, I could dance forever. In fact, we're gonna continue to dance as we tell you about the
Show 'em we
parade.
have here. Did you see these?
Oh, this is our friend Gus Kouloudis from the New York Deli in Long Island City, who brought us these wonderful things. Now, do you like, this is my favorite, Courambien?
Oh my God, watch
butter,
out with that
powdered
sugar.
cookie. How
It is
great.
great.
I can't eat it right now, but I will later, but I love Courambien.
Thank
What
you,
else
Gus
do we have here?
Kouloudis. There's gateifi, there's
Yeah.
finikia, kurapiedas.
Right.
Good stuff.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, Gus. We appreciate this.
Thank you, Gus. There's so many beautiful Greek foods, right? I always talk about my yaya Leni with her avgolemino, my yaya Irini who makes the keftedes. Even my own mom, Fanny, she makes a great lamb. I mean, it just doesn't end.
No, and the Mediterranean diet is what everybody talks about these days. The yogurt, the yaourti, we all like that. But there are
Right.
so many dishes, and I happen to like a lot of fish. So there are many, the plaki, you know, there's some great dishes that you can make. And some of our restaurants here in New York, too. We can't even mention all of them, but the Greek restaurants are just doing so well in New York.
The Faya yogurt has become so popular, and when I met with George Papandreou, the Prime Minister of Greece, many times this year, one part of their economic growth is actually going to be based on the foundation of the Mediterranean diet.
Good.
They're pushing it. That's one
Good.
way for them to get some more money
Eat
for that
healthy and
country.
be healthy. Let's continue our coverage. The Pan-Arcadian Federation of America has also been part of this. It's a nationwide organization, and they're dedicated to promoting the principles of democracy and the ideals of Hellenism. We also want to salute my church, the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church of New Rochelle, Father Nick Anctil, and all of the people who are up there, 82-year-old parish right in the heart of Westchester. We have about 550 families right now, and of course, very active with the Boy Scouts and Goya and Hope and Philoptikos and Mr. and Mrs. Club and all of that.
The Greek Orthodox Youth Organization, right? The
Yes.
of America.
Yes, and I think we were all part of that at one time. I was a member of Goya. You were.
How about when people go to the Ionian Village,
Oh,
right? What a great
yeah.
excursion that is for young teenagers when they're going to graduate. I know my nephew Eric is going to be doing that. They go over and they travel there and they get to celebrate
I know.
and see and learn there.
It's a memorable experience. Our kids did that too, and to go there and to learn more about the culture and practice the language. You know, that's something that we really have to mention too. As we're here today, hi everybody!
Hey!
Waving to everyone passing by.
They look
The
like
language.
soccer players.
Yeah, they are. The language is so important, and it's difficult to keep that going. We have to make sure that our children learn it, and you have to try it at home, bring them to Greek school, bring them to church, and find ways to practice that language. I'm so happy that I learned Greek.
Me too. I wish I could perfect it, but I certainly I'm loving it. And we
Speaking
know
of-
so many Greek words are.
Speaking of Greek,
who's
there is
coming
no one
in.
that represents us better today.
Wow.
Michael Constantine, my
Emmy Award
big fat
winner.
Greek wedding. I don't know.
No, we don't tell anybody.
No.
Don't you worry. We're going to get you set up so that you hear everything.
I brought this with us. I'm going to hold this up to the camera so we can just show this as we introduce Michael. He is an acclaimed actor who has done so many wonderful things. He's got a terrific background. We're going to talk about that, but I'm holding this up because this is my big fat Greek wedding that we're all so proud of. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank
Michael
you.
Constantine from the Greek word.
Yes.
Emmy
Yes.
Award winner.
Yeah, and many other awards. But what's the most fun is being around Greeks.
Yes.
And-
I know,
and,
I know.
and, I love these things. I don't normally love crowds of people and what have you, but when it's all Greeks, I love it.
You love it. And it was Konstantin Ioannidis, is that
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
From
That was
Pennsylvania.
yes, but my poor father, who couldn't speak English when he came to America, he thought it would be easier for Americans to spell Evstratios, his father's first name.
Yes.
Well, there's never been an American born who can spell Evstratios.
Difficult,
You know,
difficult.
You know, a word with 4 consonants in a row, F-S-T-R. Nobody can say
Nobody
that.
can say that.
Forget it. In the movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, you actually were Gus Portokalos, which comes from a Greek word, right?
Oh, yeah, of course,
Portokali.
it's completely Greek. Yes.
Portokali means orange, right? And
Right,
that actually-
right. And Gus
were
is
great.
one of those unfortunate names that I was called that when I was a kid because, well, let me put it this way. When I went to Greek school,
Yes.
one of the priests that was our teacher said, he asked us, what do they call you in English? And And when he got to me, I said, Gus. And he said, Gaz? Gaz? That beautiful name, Constantino. They make you Gasolini? Gaz?
Guys, you know, we want to talk to you a little bit about your career, but we just want to just dwell for a moment on My Big Fat Greek Wedding. You know, you were such a key character. You had a terrific cast, too. But the part that you played was very special. And when we went to see it, we were all sitting back and saying, this is so real. This is the real McCoy. I have to ask you this. What about the Windex? Because that became a big part. You were spraying the Windex everywhere.
It's a nightmare.
Why? Why were you doing that?
It's a nightmare. For the longest time, every place I went, people either wanted me to autograph Windex bottles or wanted to give me Windex, and, well, that's okay.
Michael, someone had said, clear this up for me, but someone had said that there is alcohol in Greece that has a blue tint to it. And that was part of what might have led to the Windex. Is there any connection there?
No, not at all, because what I think they're talking about, somebody who was connected with the company a few years ago gave me a bottle of ouzo that is blue. And I think they're calling it something like Bluzo.
Oh, Bluzo.
Oh, that's great. Are you working on anything now? What's
well, right
your future
now,
career looking like?
I'm working on producing 2 films which I wrote. And I wrote them with the idea that they should be shot in my hometown, Reading, Pennsylvania. And I mean, I decided, well, when I wrote them with Reading in mind, but then when I decided that instead of just trying to sell them, I was going to produce them myself. So I'm doing them in Reading, and I'm in the hell stage now, which is the financing stage.
Yes.
And now the first one has a rather small budget compared to films. It's just under $1 million, and we've got about half the money already.
Good for you.
But I can't wait till this part is over, so we can start making the film.
We want to be reporting that very soon, Michael.
What a big
Congratulations.
success. You never expected this to be so big with My Big Fat Greek
Had
Wedding,
no
right? You had
idea.
no idea. This
Michael
is because it hit
Constantine.
all people.
Have some
Everybody
baklava or whatever you'd like. We've got some Greek pastry that we know you like Greek food.
Ελάτε εδώ
για να πάρουμε κάτι.
Κάτι
Να τσιμπήσουμε λιγάκι, okay? I will take a little bit of this. Ελαφρινό. You know what? As we do this, I feel like dancing, don't you? Michael, you want to dance a little bit?
I'd love
Listen to this
but
music.
Where are we
Watch
going to
this
end
group.
this?
Right here.
Hold on to that. Let's watch it. Yasu.
I'm a lousy dancer, but I love it.
Κι αν μ' αρνηθείς αγάπη μου, θα πάω να βρω μια άλλη. Κι αν μ' αρνηθεί και εκείνη να πάλι θα βρω μια άλλη. Κι αν μ' αρνηθεί και εκείνη να πάλι θα βρω μια άλλη. Κι αν μ' αρνηθεί και εκείνη να πάλι θα βρω μια άλλη. Άσου Κυριάκο. Πού είναι ο Ρούσος? Πάμε, πάμε.
You might be watching the parade and thinking, wow, those crazy Greeks look like they have fun. I wonder if I'm Greek. There's actually a very simple test that you can take to determine if you have any Greek heritage whatsoever. It's a 3-part test. The first is, when you were a kid, did the priest come to your school to bless your science fair project? The second is, did you live at home until you were married and after? And the third is, do you have at least one uncle who has a welcome mat in front of their home that when stepped on plays the Greek national anthem? If you answered yes to any of those questions, you are indeed Greek, and I would like to wish you a happy Greek Independence Day.
A man with a dream has arrived on a magical Greek island to search for an ancient treasure.
To success.
What he's about to discover is the woman who will change his life forever.
How long will you stay here?
That depends.
On what?
What I find.
It's the unexpected romance that critics have hailed as a superb film. Opa!
DVD available May 2011.
Welcome back, everybody, for the Greek Independence Day Parade, the 80th one. We are watching the gorgeous floats going by. Everybody is here celebrating. We are seeing young and still younger,
Yes.
right? Okay, we won't say old because everybody is here having a great time on this gorgeous day.
And we have so many special guests that are joining us here in our broadcast booth right now. We want to welcome to you Mr. Spiros Voutsinas. He is the Vice President and Chief Executive Officer of the Atlantic Bank of New York, one of the most prestigious banks in New York. And it's so good to have you here. Every year we celebrate, and the sun is shining on you, Mr. Voutsinas.
It's nice.
It's a little cold, but I can't wait to go to Greece to warm up.
Yes, we all would like to do that. But today we're here. What are your thoughts?
I think it's great. It's great. It's a lot of people here. It's very exciting. It's nice to see all of them, the young kids, the younger generation. I was very impressed by when I see all these college students, and that's the future of the community here, which is very nice. And I would say that community has a lot to offer. It's very strong, and we should feel very proud of them, whatever they have accomplished.
And so many values have been instilled in you, and you have done the same with your family that have been passed along by generation.
Oh, we try hard to do that, but I mean, when you succeed, you do it for yourself and you do it for your family. You want your kids and your grandkids to look after you and say that our Papu was there and did the best he can and he succeeded. That's a country that you can do. Once you work hard here, you can have a chance. Yeah, we appreciate that.
With the Atlantic Bank, you've met so many people and so many with the Greek heritage, right? You could talk about how Greeks have become so successful in so many different businesses, right? When you think about the Greek heritage and so many immigrants who come in and build new businesses.
Oh, I'm very impressed. Really, I'm impressed. All my life I worked in an American bank, and now I got connected to this, being the president of this bank here. And I tell you, and I meet a lot of people that they have been very successful, and you got to give them a lot of credit.
Yes, you do.
But they did it with an effort and sophistication and hard work.
And Mr. Voutsinas, I'm sure you could tell us that so many of these people that are very successful and that you deal with always remember their roots, and they remember where they came from, and they have that understanding of family and appreciation of hard work.
I think it's very important to remember who you are, where you come from. Once you lose that, you don't know where you know. I think it's very important to be who you are. I'm very proud of being Greek, and I love my heritage, and I'm very enthused by seeing all these people parading in a cold day like this one.
Spiros Voutsinas of the Atlantic Bank, we are so glad to see you today. Thank you always for your contributions.
We're looking forward to see you people, and I think it's great that we all together, and
sure are.
We hope we see again each other next year.
Και το χρόνο, as we say, right? Καλή Ανάσταση.
Oh, thank you guys.
Σας ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ. Ο κύριος Nikos Gregory is over here now. Mr. Nick, Yasu.
Mr. Nick right here. Rashu, good to see you again. And we're joined with Elias Tsekeridis, who's the president of the Federation of Hellenic Societies of Greater New York. Of course, the big responsibility, one of the big responsibilities being the parade itself. So, Elias, how's the parade going this year?
Well, so far we're doing good. The weather is not that...
Hey, now, wait a minute now.
I mean, we have no rain, we have no snow, and that's good. But it could be a little...
okay, it could be about 10 degrees warm. But remember, 2 years ago, it was 90 degrees. It was really hot.
The kids here, we have everybody. And the parade goes pretty good, goes fast. And you guys doing a good job covering it. I hope they watch us, people that was sick and couldn't make it to the parade.
Well, that's
watch us from home. Anybody that was good, healthy, should be here.
And I think they are, because it looks like it's a huge turnout this year. I was looking at all the people on the side here, so...
Yeah, let's hear what the police is going to say. You know, that's always the...
Well, I'm sure they're very happy with what's been going on, so... And the society is looking forward to doing other things, I understand, aside from the parade.
Well, of course, we have to open up to the young generation. We're going to see you at the society someday, Nick.
All right. Well, that's great. Well, we appreciate that, and again, all the hard work that the society does in efforts for the Greek community here.
We'll get the Lawyer Association. They're going to join the Federation. The Doctors Association is going to join the Federation. So all these things, bringing the young people, we with the white hair got to go.
Well, no, you guys are the foundation, so we'll just carry it on from here. All right, Elias, thank you very much for being with us, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, Ernie and Nicole, back to you guys.
All right, we're talking about the pride of the Greek-American community today.
We are looking at some of the floats. We've seen so many great ones go by. The Panicarian Brotherhood of New York, which really comes from the Eastern Aegean Greek islands, right? And we've seen that one. Also the St. Nicholas Shrine, Greek Orthodox Church of West Babylon in New York, and the Park Ridge High School.
And also we want to mention, Nicole, the Mother Cabrini Drum Corps. They have been passing by us. Mother Cabrini High School is a Catholic all-girls high school located in the Washington Heights neighborhood of the New York City borough of Manhattan. Founded in 1899. We're happy that they were part of this parade today. We also wanted to welcome the Cypress Federation, formed in 1950, and they are just part of our celebration today as well.
When I look at these flags, Ernie, and I see them, I remember the 9 syllables, right? Freedom or death, and there are 9 stripes there. Also, you look at the blue, that is the sky and the sea. The white is the purity, and of course, the cross for our Orthodox heritage.
Such significance. St. George Greek Orthodox Church of Clifton, New Jersey is passing by as they wave their flags in great pride today. We also have to mention some of the other organizations that have been here. The Messenian Benevolent Association is situated in the southwest part of the Peloponnese Peninsula, and the capital of Messenia is the city of Kalamata. I love Kalamata olives.
I had some last night, I admit it.
They're delicious, aren't they? You know, we're so lucky. Look at everybody kind of, taking off their coats now.
It's
getting
beautiful.
comfortable with the temperature.
It's getting warmer. I know my mother's at home worried that maybe we're cold. We're not cold. I think everybody here, as I see them all,
She's
it's
comfortable.
all smiles. Every single person here. I see some little kids there with their vuvuzelas, right? The vuvuzela, they're blowing them there, and they're having a great time. It is a beautiful day here for the Greek Independence Day Parade.
And Nicole, as we watch the floats pass by, and as the marchers pass by, we think about our churches, our communities, and we talked about our food and our culture, but we also have to mention the great contributions that we know made to the civilization by the Greeks in politics and in architecture, in the arts, dramatic arts, philosophy, medicine, mathematics. These are all so important for us to mention because it's part of our culture and our heritage, and that's what we're honoring here today
The
as well.
birthplace of democracy. We also have it athletics.
Yes.
Right? That's another good one.
The
And the
Olympics.
language. We have to keep the language alive, and that's something that has really been on my mind lately because as our parents immigrate here, my mother won the Ellis Island Medal of Honor. They've come here, they have the grasp of the language, and we're trying. But as our children and our children's children, we have to work hard to keep that language alive at home, folks. You use Greek.
And also on a personal note, I remember growing up as a child and taking vocabulary tests in school when I was only about 9 or 10 or 11 years old, and I would guess at something because I would look at it and I would see a Greek root, the derivation of the Greek language, and I would take a guess and I was right. So that really helped me when I was learning the language. Hey, look at this. Someone's handing us up here. The New Brunswick, New Jersey Church has handed us St. George. Thank you very much. Ayos Yorgos.
You're getting gifts too.
Yeah. Zito Ialas.
Zito Ialas. We hope you're enjoying the parade. Come right back with us.
This portion of the Greek Independence Day Parade is brought to you by New York Community Bank Foundation.
στη φτωχογειτονιά. Βρέχει και στην καρδιά μου βρέχει στη φτωχογειτονιά. Βρέχει και στην καρδιά
You're singing, Ernie.
Yasu.
Yasu.
This is great music today, a great day to celebrate on 5th Avenue. Michael Constantine from My Big Fat Greek Wedding was joining us a short while ago, Nicole.
He was unbelievable. The success of that movie, no one thought that would be as huge as it was. I loved it. I laughed so hard. Do you remember he was talking about the Xeni and they were dry like toast?
Like toast. Like toast.
He was so funny.
Oh,
it was such a great movie. And the Windex, I have to tell you quickly.
Yeah.
Do you know that
that
after I saw him with the Windex, I actually had my children out in the country in the Hamptons with my cousin's kids, and they all ran through poison ivy. I called my pharmacist, didn't know what to do. I had nothing. And he said, do you have Windex?
Oh, no.
I lined up my sons and my and I sprayed them all with Windex along their ankles. Nobody got poison ivy.
That's terrific.
None
That's a
of
great
them.
story. So it really does have some value.
I sprayed the children with Windex, I admit it.
You know, it's a big joke, but you know what? You just told us a terrific story that works, and I think that was classic in that movie. There were so many other great points. We are part of this day, and the Holy Cross Greek Orthodox Church of Whitestone, their float just passed us by. We wanted to also make mention that St. Marcello of Astoria was with us just a short time ago. The St. Isidoros Church of Bethpage, Long Island, the Parish Executive Council, and the Philippics Society. Also, we'd like to mention the Carnival of Love Foundation. The Carnival of Love Foundation, this is a non-profit organization who believes that all children deserve the right to a happy and fulfilled life, and they're dedicated to raising the awareness and the funds to support abandoned, orphaned, abused, neglected, and terminally ill children all around the world. A terrific organization, the Carnival of Love Foundation.
See, that's some good work.
Yes.
Also, the Greek Orthodox Church of Holy Trinity in Hicksville.
Yep, they are here today, and we know that we want to mention so many of the floats that have passed by and some that will be passing by within this last hour. What time is it? It's 3:45 already. I can't believe it. We're off the air at 4 o'clock. This has been a fast couple of hours
here. Where did the time go? We're having too much fun.
Wow.
We've been seeing so many other parades around the nation.
Yeah, I think we have a list of them
celebrating
too.
Today as well. We were talking about in Florida and New Orleans and in Philadelphia.
Los Angeles and Montreal, big community up in Montreal. Nashville, Tennessee. Did you ever hear him speak Greek in Nashville? Kalimeros sti kanate.
I love it. Hey, and no matter what your accent is, you should be using the language.
That's
because
right.
it is a beautiful language, and over 50,000 words are derived from the Greek language.
Give me one word, and I show you it come from Greek, okay?
Right, how about octopus?
Octopus.
Octopody, right? 8 legs.
That's right, tripods.
There's one.
Everything. I remember, there was an interesting word, sphygmomanometer. And I remember that was a vocabulary test in school, sphygmomanometer, and I looked at it, I was very young, and I said, what does that mean? And it had choices, and it had to do with blood pressure. And I said, sphyxi, tighten, manometer, and the meter, and it was taking your blood pressure, a sphygmomanometer. Anyway, just a little bit of information we thought we'd pass along here today. Let's talk about the Cretan Society of New York and New Jersey, because they are here as well. They aim to preserve Cretan traditions. We listen to a lot of their music by the Alpha Band as well today.
I haven't been to Crete. Look at that. They're saluting Greek independence day, this group. And when I see the soccer ball, I think every Greek family plays soccer, right?
Yes.
And they call it football.
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 Right.
I played soccer in college.
You did.
Played soccer
Bet
there.
you were good at it.
Well, I don't know. I was on the team.
Good.
It was Division I. I was on the bench sometimes.
A lot of Greeks are naturally athletic. You know it? Let's make mention, speaking of all of that, the Olympiakos fan club. It's the most successful club in Greek football history, having won 37 league titles, 24 Greek Cups, and 4 Greek Super Cups. More titles than any other Greek team. The Olympiakos fan club, they're being represented here today. Isn't that nice?
And we saw the Greek team recently doing so well in the World Cup. Remember? And I remember walking by all those guys with the carts outside. They had their Greek flags. They were showing their heritage.
Lots of pride. Okay, what are we seeing here, guys? Hey, everybody. How are you all doing? Oh, look at these terrific faces of these young people passing by today. And they were lucky that we didn't have any rain. No rain today. Hi. How are you? Oh, boy. It's a fun day, a good day for a parade.
The sun is shining. You can see it glistening. It is a beautiful day here. Enjoy the Greek parade. We'll be right back.
Times Scholarship Fund celebrates 2 decades of educating over 750 students. Saturday, May 14th, 20th Anniversary Gala. Thanos Petrellis, Kalomira, Sister Sledge, and Harold Marvin's Blue Notes. Special guests. For tickets and information, visit now www.htsf.org. Media sponsor, Antenna Satellite.
Όλοι οι γιώδες ενωμένοι κάτω από την ομπρέλα των Κιακών Σωματείων Αμερικής και Καναδάς. Και εμείς το 2011 στο Άρμα. Κάνω σε πιάτε Κωνσταντίνος Κανάρη, την κορυφαία της κοινωνικών της Μεσογείου της άλλων ενωμένων. Ζήτω η Ελλάδα μας, ζήτω η Υόρκη, ζήτω το κακόμοντός της. Έφερε την ελευθερία στην Ελλάδα μας, ζήτω το ελληνικό έθνος. Γένε Χίος περιδομένη, Όντι Κέλενης.
Ζήτω η Χίος, ζήτω η Ελλάδα.
Be proud of the island of Atlantic Hellenic teaching, the island of honor, for race of Simaris of the Ritis of Anadol. The island of Mexico with the best part in the race of Chios, the island of London, the heroic island that appeared as a first all the times the marching to the offices of the Chios Society of America.
And we're back, and passing us right now is the Chios Society of Brooklyn, and Miss Chios just passed us by. What a beautiful island.
Chios, which I went to on that cruise, you get to see all the beautiful architecture there with the black and white designs and triangles. It's unbelievable.
Nicole,
absolutely
it's a lovely
beautiful.
island. I've also been there a couple of times, and you know what they have? They're mastika. They make the
gum.
Yeah, they make the gum, and they make a lot of other products as well. But it's a lovely island, and there's a large community from the New York area. They still have homes and businesses, in fact, on the island of Chios, and it's a very special place to visit.
Well, New York, Mayor Bloomberg was saying, has the most Greeks other than Athens itself. So there really is a big Greek community here.
We're saluting many of the churches. St. George of Trenton, New Jersey, passing us by. They were founded way back in 1922. You know, when we mention New Jersey, I have to mention my father-in-law, the late Reverend Spiridon Koutros, who was in Asbury Park, New Jersey for some 40 years, served that community very well, and we're very proud of him.
I'm waiting to see St. Nicholas of Flushing. That is where I go all the time, and Reverend Father Paul Palesti there. And when you think of St. Nicholas, Nikolaos was the wonder worker. He gave the secret gifts. People used to leave their shoes out, and he would put the gold coins.
And thus we have Santa Claus, too,
That's right.
That's
absolutely, Ernie. You got it.
Yeah, and we want to mention the Federation of Hellenic American Organizations of New Jersey, represented here today, the Pan-Gregorian Enterprises. It's a food service cooperative formed in New Jersey. great success also in the metropolitan area, New York and Connecticut. Hi, everybody. Kefalonian Brotherhood. Hi.
They are an active bunch. I love it.
Yes,
they have
are.
a lot of spirit, and their pride is shining. You can see them so happy to be here today.
I love seeing all the youthful faces that are represented today. College of New Jersey Hellenic Society is also part of our parade. The New Jersey Institute of Technology, Hellenic Cultural Society, and the Hellenic Student Association of Seton Hall today. Hi. Hello.
And you can hear the bands, and it's amazing when you see all these kids, how much they do now, right? They do their sports, they do their Greek language, there's kids blowing us kisses. I love it. They're so passionate here today, as all Greeks are, right? That's why I said nobody is old when you're Greek, because you're always young at heart.
Young at heart. You know, you're talking about how important it is to visit all these different countries. Greek Hellenism and Greek tourism, it's so big. I've got to make a trip there this year. I have to. It's got to be, okay? It's got to happen.
For you.
Call Olympic and we'll organize it. Here's a guy who loves Greece as well. Nick Gregory is joining us with some special guests right now. Yasu Nikolaou.
Yasu. Greece is definitely on the list this year. We're going to try to get there this summer for sure. And maybe you'll get there this summer too. This is Margo Katsimatidis. Of course, your family does so many wonderful things for so many wonderful people. And how's the parade going so far?
This is such an awesome, awesome day. There's so many wonderful people, and there's so much kefi on this avenue today, and it's packed with thousands and thousands of people.
We love it.
It's wonderful for Greek independence, and we've been doing this parade for 80 years. Of course, I'm not 80, but we've been doing this parade
well,
for 80
if you were,
years.
you look fabulous for 80, trust me. Well, and of course, the Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund dinner's coming up. That's a big year, 20 years this year.
It's 20 years this year, and we have a great lineup. We're honoring Spiros Malonis and Gil Morini from Brothers and Sisters, and we have Calamira and lots of people.
Lots of people. And
surprises, actually.
Is Greece on the horizon this summer? You going to take the family to Greece?
We are definitely going to Greece this summer, to Nisiros.
The homeland.
The homeland, my children's favorite island to visit. So we go for Panagia, and it's a lovely, lovely time.
Well, that's great. Well, Margie, thank you for joining us. And again, in regards to you and the family, we thank you for everything that you guys do for everything, all right? And we're going to take a break and come right back with more of our celebration of the 190th Day of Greek Independence right here on 5th Avenue on My 9 coming up.
Τσάρκα της Ακρόπολης στη Βάρνα και από εκεί στα Τουράνου τα Λαμάγκα Μάριγο θα σε τρελάνει να ακούσεις το τσιτσάνι να σου παίξει πίνο μπαγλαμά Μάριγο θα σε τρελάνει να ακούσεις το τσιτσάνι να σου παίξει πίνο μπαγλαμά
Hold on. Let's just repeat. We're coming out of this break. Okay. We give our final thoughts, right? And then, right? And we're going to dance. Yasus, how are you? What song are we going to dance to? Τι θα χορέψουμε?
Καλαματιανό.
Ένα καλαματιανό. Καλαματιανό, right? Ποιο?
Hi, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, are we okay?
We're doing great.
You look good, my dear. Fantastico.
All right.
Oh, this is great. All right. What are we going to say? We got a bunch of boys. Isn't it nice that we mentioned so many people?
Without a doubt, you have to.
I hope you're having a wonderful time at this beautiful Greek parade, and I want to tell everybody that's one of the things like that that makes us never forget where we're from. And I'm very attached to my Greek heritage as much as obviously my French heritage. And I hope everyone have a wonderful times, and I wish I would have been there. You guys have the best time ever. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Hi, I'm John Aniston. I wish I could be with you all today on Fifth Avenue celebrating Greek Independence Day. I'm here in Los Angeles taping on the Days of Our Lives set. But I did want to wish everyone well at the parade, and I hope that you're all enjoying the parade today. And I wish you all a happy Greek Independence Day. Γεια χαρά.
We're already dancing, aren't we, Ernie?
Oh my goodness. You know, we've been sitting in that booth, enjoying ourselves, and we've been just dying to get out here and do this. Yasu!
Well, we are wrapping up the parade, and this is our Greek pride, our heritage, the birthplace of democracy. You see these young people, we celebrate our flag, our history.
Yes, we are so proud to be part of this parade every year. We're going to come back again next year to celebrate. Nick is now standing by to tell us his final thoughts, and we're going to dance, Nico.
All right, but I'm going to come join you guys in a minute. It's been a fabulous day here on Fifth Avenue. The weather held out. Again, Greek pride running strong. It just reminds us of our heritage, and not just for Greek Americans today, but all of our heritage for all of the different nations that are a part of this great city and a part of this great country. Today especially, though, for Greek Independence Day. So it's been a wonderful time, and we're going to now dance us off to that, what all Greeks do, big Greek dance party. Ernie and Nicole, take it away.
Με τα χρυσό κουκούλα του. Το παρί το χαϊδεμένο μου, το παρί παρικύλα κι εγώ. Παρήγγυλα κι εγώ που έχω χρόνια να πω. Η δίδα έχει όμορφες, η λιβάδια βράδες. Σαν τις γαλανομάδες, ο Πόλος και η Λαρίσα, σαν τις γαλανομάδες. Κάτω στη Πελοποννήσο, στο Λυσότε με χάρη. Σαν τα άκρια νερά που είναι όλο χάρη. Κορίτσια σαν τα άκρια νερά που είναι όλο χάρη. Το παπάκι πάει καλέ, το